Hey, Miss Neville's math students. Today we're going to be starting our first tutorial with multiplying fractions. Multiplying fractions is pretty easy stuff because our first example here, if I have two fractions, the only thing I really need to check for is to make sure that they're lined up. That means my numerators, my top numbers of my fraction, are right beside one another, and my denominators, the bottom parts of my fractions, are right beside one another. And then I just multiply going across. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 4 times 7 is, can you tell us? 28. Very good. Now, once I have this, I'm not done. I have to simplify this fraction, okay? So that means, and we did some simplifying earlier in the school year with our divisibility rules. I have to simplify this. And we want to think about our divisibility rules. We also want to think about the greatest common factor here. What is the greatest common factor between 2 and 28? If you said 2, you are correct. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom, my numerator and my denominator, by the greatest common factor here, which is 2. So 2 divided by 2. In other words, I'm really asking 2 times what will equal 2? The answer there is going to be 1. Okay. 28 divided by 2. In other words, I'm asking 2 times what will equal 28. And if you said 14, you are correct. And so my simplified answer here is 1/14. In other words, 1/4 times 2/7 is 1/14. It was 228, but we had to simplify, okay? So that's our first example there of multiplying fractions. Pretty easy, right? You know we're not going to keep it that easy. So now what if we are multiplying a fraction by a whole number? So let's try that as our second example, where we're multiplying a fraction by a whole number. It's important for us to know that all numbers can be shown as, fractions. So if I was going to multiply 2 times 1/7, what I'd have to do is think about what 2 looks like as a fraction. So any whole number like this one, I can easily put over 1. Yes, a whole number, when I want to write it as a fraction, I just put it over 1. So now I can just do my normal multiplication here. Multiply my numerators, put it on top, and multiply my denominators, put it on the bottom. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 7 is 2/7. Okay, so that's how we multiply a whole number by a fraction. Now let's make things a little bit tougher. In our last tutorial and in class, we learned about what a mixed number is and what an improper fraction is. If you need help converting a mixed number to an improper fraction, just go back and watch the tutorial right before this in your Schoology folder. And let's get right to work here. So when we're looking at this, it's important for us to know our second example is 3 4/5 times 1/8. Okay, so the first thing we need to do here, I'm going to write step 1. I need to change my mixed number to an improper fraction. So what I want to do here, and I want you to go back and watch our video if you don't remember how to do this, I have to multiply 3 times 5 and then add that product to 4. So when I do that, 3 times 5, 5 is going to be my denominator. I just brought it over. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4 is 19. So now I've got it changed to an improper fraction, and now life is easy. I'm now going to just multiply it by my original 1/8 across. 19 times 1 is 19, and 5 times 8 is 40. 19 is a prime number, so it's not going to have any common factors with 40. So this fraction is simplified. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys in class soon. Bye-bye.